Hey, we're green, folks. What do you know? We had a green day. Hey, fellow traders, it's Black Coffee Trader. It is Friday, October the 17th. Yeah, it feels good. Feels good to have a green day for once. This week was 4 red days in a row, with the exception of today. And I made a couple of changes I want to talk about. Most noticeably, just with the struggles I've had recently, I had to kind of go back and see what did I do before? Where did I get into this rut? And it's been a few weeks ago, a month or so ago, I had switched to the 5-minute chart, and I traded extremely well on the 5-minute chart. And I decided, why not? So I switched my charts back to the 5-minute and changed the EMAs from the 9 and 21 to the 4 and the 9. The 4 and the 9 on the 5-minute chart are pretty much the same as the 9 and the 21 on the 2-minute chart. So the chart looks the same. We're just on the higher time frame on 5 minutes. It really, in a sense, slows down price. And I believe what it does for me is it makes me be more, what's the word I'm looking for? Be more refined in making sure that I've got confirmation before I take a setup. On the 2-minute chart, sometimes, if I'm looking for rejection here, sometimes price will come up and you'll get a candle that starts to push down heavily, and you're like, okay, this is rejecting, and you take this short, but really it's just a little blip, and it's pushing back higher, and then all at once it reverses. And so with the 5-minute, you've just got more time, like in an area like here, to look for that rejection play. So I just decided I'm going back to it, making a couple of changes. The other thing I did was like, how can I simplify? How can I just simplify what I'm doing? And I removed one of the EMAs. I had like the 50 EMA on my charts as well. I took that one off. And then I also went back to just trading 1 or 2 contracts. Up here you can see a 1 or a 2. I'm literally trading 1 or 2 contracts and increasing the size a little, the risk a little bit. So I'm basically risking 150. If I grab a single contract, I'm risking 150 bucks. So I have a pretty wide stop. I also have a pretty big profit target. But my style of trading with the break and retest is more of a bigger picture. So I want to get into a trade like this and get out of a trade here. And if my risk is, 60 points, so be it. As long as I'm only risking like 150 bucks, I'm comfortable with that. So that's what I elected to do. And going back to like charting, for example, I'm charting things here's a 15-minute. I usually chart on the 4-hour and the 1-hour, looking for key areas of support resistance and looking for, obviously, reactions at those pivotal points. And obviously I'm also trading price action, I am, but I am looking for, the highs and lows of days. Here we had a beautiful break and retest of the prior A high, and this was on the NQ. I didn't take this trade, but in any case, just decided to make some changes, and it worked out. And it has been some time since I've had a plus $200 profit day on a funded account, but on the 4 Apex accounts that we lost the farm on this week, we at least made some money back today. So, and the drawdowns are a little bit healthier. We had these down into the 900 range, I believe, from yesterday. So we pushed those back. Obviously, we have the brand new account, which we're not trading right away. And I took a couple of trades on the other accounts, the take profit account and the Lucid accounts, and got those in a little bit of profit. So it was a good day. It feels great to go into the weekend on a green note. That's a huge win. It's a huge win, especially after having the week that I had. I still haven't loaded up these trades from Monday. Monday was a red day, but we basically had 4 straight red days, and then we finished off Friday here with a green day. And interestingly enough, the last 3 Fridays have been pretty nice. I've had 2,000, 1,200, and 1,200, 1,300 almost on the last 3 Fridays. So that felt good. Here's today's stats with the change, the simplification, single 1 or 2 contracts, 5-minute chart, all of this coming together. It's one day. I'm not going to hang my hat on it, but it feels great. It really does. 60% win rate, 1.29 average win to loss. Average winner was 148, average loser 119. Those are good. That's good. Those are good stats. So we can't really look at the weekly chart and really get an accurate number because I don't have those trades loaded from Monday. But I can show you this Excel file. This will help. So here's the week, and obviously today. Again, it's really nothing, but it feels like a big win and kind of a monkey off my back because the last 4 days were rough. But we ended, up 120, 150 on the Lucid accounts. We ended up plus 150 this week on the take profit account. That one's basically right at break even. And, we made back $200 some today on these 4 accounts that I've been trading with Apex. And so those 4 are down about 900 on the week, and the other ones that we stopped trading earlier this week are down about 700. So we certainly did our damage, but that's the way it went. So hopefully we can bounce back next week, and I am going to be a little bit more aggressive. I did reduce my or increase my daily stop on QuantGuard. I increased it to 500, so I'm going to push it a little bit harder. And the way I feel right now, maybe I'll change my mind, but the way I feel right now, I'm going to take these accounts that I've been trading, and I'm going to try to take them all the way to payout before I touch the rest of these. I think that's where I'm at right now. Maybe that'll change, but anyway. So in order to do that, I decided to increase that daily drawdown and be willing to accept a $500 red day, because I am going to try to find and push a little bit harder and maybe try to get to it'd be awesome to get a $600-700 green day at a couple of those days. That would definitely make a difference. But anyhow, let's look at the couple of trades we took from today. First one was actually on gold. Took a couple of shorts on gold this morning as we rejected the prior day high, and then this area around the 4,300 range. We had this pre-market test of it, pushed out of it, and then we tested it here, and I took, let me just set this to the right accounts here. I took an entry here, and I initially had my single contract set with a smaller stop, and I did increase it because of this trade. Took this trade and just didn't have enough bandwidth, got stopped out for a $75 loss. And then I recognized that this is going to fall apart, or it certainly looked that way. So I took the entry again for a second time and got a beautiful flush. This was a $300 trade on a single micro. Excellent trade. And then I entered again, and I had changed when I adjusted my single contract. I had the wrong ATM set, and I didn't realize it until I was in this short. I really kind of chased it as we flushed down below the prior day low, and ended up stopping that one out and then re-entering it again and got a 1-hour trade. Basically, the 1-hour positive made up for the loss. So essentially had a couple of hiccups here this morning as I was trying to figure out the ATMs and get everything set correctly, but had a good morning session there on gold, and that is what put these accounts up to the 220. So if I don't have the 2 losses, we probably are sitting at about close to $400 day on these 2 trades alone. So that was a big win. And then I think I took an ES trade. Yeah, I took an ES loss. I was looking for a break and retest of the overnight highs here. Took that long, ended up getting stopped out there for about a $130 loss there. And that was the first trade on the other accounts. And then I finished off with, let me see here, Russell. Yep, I took a couple trades on the Russell. This was done before that actually, but took this one here on a rollover break and retest of the prior day low. And also this area here, this kind of level I've got marked out. We had retested that, took the short, got out of here for the first contract, and then the last one stopped me out break even. Was kind of paying attention to this trend line, but I'll talk about that here a little bit more in a second on the second trade. As we retested this area and again rejected this prior day low, took the short again, this time at a better entry. Caught the first profit target here, and then as we broke, I was waiting until we get a candle to close. If we get a candle to close outside of this trend line, I was just going to take it off, and I did get out of that second contract there. I wanted to do the same thing here, but in order to break this trend line, that second candle, the first candle to close, was really this one that took me out break even. So anyway, just a way of protecting the trade a little bit, but had 2 little winning trades there, nothing crazy. I think the first one was a $60 winner, and the second one might have been around $100, $80. So then we had that loss that we just looked at, and then finished the day on the NASDAQ on a break and retest long above this area around the 25,000 range. Took a break and retest as we broke above. I actually bought it on the upside a little bit aggressively, and then as we dipped back down and pushed off the level, we never broke that level. I actually added, and this technically is a DCA, which is something I really don't do, but I was in, the stop was sitting down here, and I'm like, well, if we're going to push out of there, I'm going to just add to the trade and get in with 2 contracts. Ended up really, only getting out of here with $100 in profit, but it is what it is. It still was a winning trade, and kind of the last of the day. So anyway, again, it feels good to have a win. It feels awesome, and I'm going to try to take this into next week, and hopefully we can have a good week next week. It would be nice to have a nice green week, and hopefully pass my Tradeify or take profit accounts. I had a nice little day on those today, about 250, and so we're right around the $2,000 marker there. We need about $1,000 yet, so hopefully we can pass those next week. And we've got the Ninja Trader contest, which starts next week, I believe, on Monday. I did enter that, so we'll have that on our plate. And then we have that Tradeify contest coming up here in about 2 weeks, so I'm probably going to enter that one as well. Why not? So we'll see where things go, but so far so good. Feels great. Let's have a good weekend, and we'll be back at it on Monday. So again, thanks for following along. Appreciate you guys. Thanks for the support. Hit the like if you don't mind, and we'll catch up with you on the next one. Take care, and so long.